Now, in the fifth and final section of our lecture, we will talk about the management of renal cell carcinoma. And then when we will talk about the management, the important things we should know for the management is the staging of the renal carcinoma, at which stage the cancer is present, and then according to the staging, the other important thing to know is the prognosis of the cancer, and then how we can treat that carcinoma. So diagnosis is by the CT scan of abdomen and pelvis. Very, very important. Usually all the cancers and the suspected cancers, we can say, should be diagnosed by performing CT scan. And in this case, CT scan of the abdomen and pelvis is performed. Then the chest radiographs are also helpful in finding some mass if it's present, and then on X-ray if the mass is present, then we can go for the further detailed follow-up and test. Urinalysis, very simple and basic test done for the urinary system is urinalysis, and that's the picture in which the urine is collected in the container and then urine strips are used to find out the different substances present in the urine. Urine cytology, again, is important. MRI, inferior vena cava evaluation for tumor. Assume metastatic if not otherwise confirmed. So these are all the different diagnostic tests for the renal cell carcinoma. Staging and prognosis, again, this is the stage 1. This is the kidneys, and then stage 1, the tumor is less than 7 centimeter. So mostly we can say the early size of the tumor is, we can say, less than 2 centimeter, and then from 2 to 4. But in this renal cell carcinoma, it's less than 7 centimeter. And then we have more than or equal to 7 centimeter in stage 2. And stage 3, it's known as the, it's spread to the distant gerotas, fascia. And then we have stage 4 in which it's spread to the distant organs. Other organs are involved, including lymph nodes. So stage 1, less than 7, confined to kidney. Stage 2, more than 7 or equal to 7, confined to kidney. Stage 3, extend through the renal capsule, confined to gerotas, fascia, involved single hilar lymph node. So in stage 3 now we have N1 also. And then stage 4, it is invade the adjacent organs, excluding adrenal gland, which is present on top of the kidneys here, that is excluded, involve multiple lymph nodes, and there is distant metastasis. So as we can tell just by this staging that the prognosis will be really, really bad in stage 4 and 3 because lymph node involvement is there, and then it can spread from there. Localized tumors, we need partial nephrectomy. Half the kidney is removed. Nephro is for kidney. Ectomy is removal, so partial nephrectomy. Applied electively to resect small masses with normal contralateral kidney. So if the one kidney is normal, and then we can perform partial nephrectomy to remove these small masses. Radical nephrectomy, now in which cases we can do and what is this procedure? En bloc removal of Gerota's fascia and contents, ipsilateral adrenal gland and hilar lymph nodes. Now in radical nephrectomy, we are removing the kidney and we are removing some surrounding areas also, surrounding organs also, like adrenal gland of the same side, hilar lymph nodes and Gerota's fascia. Other treatment strategies include the lymphadenectomy is controversial. It's not clear whether it is helpful or not. Removal of the lymph nodes. Cardiopulmonary bypass, tumor resection and nephron sparing approaches, open or laparoscopic surgery. So these are few other treatment options beside the partial nephrectomy and radical nephrectomy. We can do lymphadenectomy. Again, that's controversial. Cardiopulmonary bypass, tumor resection and nephron sparing approaches. Advanced disease surgery is done, cytoreductive nephrectomy before the systemic treatment, chemotherapy, cytokine therapy with interleukin 2 or IFN alpha, and then we can use anti-angiogenic therapy like sorafenib and sunitinib. So all these are the different options for advanced disease that is already spread surgery. Cytoreductive, just the cells are reduced instead of complete cytoreductive nephrectomy. Chemotherapy, cytokine therapy and anti-angiogenic therapy. Again, prognosis is variable, again depends on the staging. In one analysis, poor prognostic factors were no prior nephrectomy, KPS less than 80, low hemoglobin, high corrected calcium and abnormal lactate dehydrogenase. So all these are the poor prognostic factors. If the hemoglobin is low, high level of calcium and the performance status is less than 80, then these are all the poor prognostic factors. Unpredictable and protracted clinical course. So that was all about our section 5, and then that concludes our lecture in which we discussed in detail 2 cancers, which is bladder cancer and then the renal cell cancer, and how they present, how we can manage, treat and diagnose them. So all that we discussed in detail in our today's lecture. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.